Hi everybody, Mr. Politics here, and welcome to another video. Donald Trump wants regime change in Iran. I don't know about regime change there, which we can all agree on. Why don't we have regime change here in the UK? Is there any way we can remove Turkey and the rest of his useless government we have at the moment? I wish we could have regime change here. That would be a great thing to do, wouldn't it? If we could replace Starmer and his rest of his idiots with a new government. The only way we can do that is by having another election. Unfortunately, we've got to wait another 4 years for another one. That's the only way we're going to get rid of them. But wouldn't it be wonderful if we could? We wouldn't need an election. We could just sweep them from power. It would be wonderful, wouldn't it, if we could? Because they've been in now nearly 12 months, and look what they've done. Look at the havoc they've caused. They're making everybody's lives miserable. We don't have a government, we have a government of clowns who think they can just ignore the will of the people and do what they like. Well, of course, Starmer and his government will do what they like because they've got a big majority, haven't they? But I wish it would happen. I wish we could have regime change here in the UK. Get rid of Starmer and the rest of his clowns. But like I've said, how are we going to do that? Well, the only way we can do that is by kicking them out at the next election. And of course, what's going to make the people angry and vote Starmer out and his government out is the migrants that keep coming into the country, keep pouring in on their dinghies. There's no sign of Starmer caring, does he? He doesn't show any interest, does he, of stopping them. They just keep pouring in every day, every minute, and they arrive. I'm surprised we got hotels to put them in. Like I've said before in my previous videos, soon we're going to run out of hotels to put them in. And then where do we put them? Do we put them in houses? I mean, we want the houses belong to for us, our own people who've been on the housing waiting lists for years, waiting for an house. But of course now these migrants, well, Starmer is prioritising them. He's giving them I'm the one who they've been put before everybody else. But like I've said, if we could find a way of removing Starmer without an election, wouldn't it be wonderful if we could? Some way of kicking him out. But like I've said, the only way we can do that is by an election. This is what happens when we become a democracy. I mean, other countries, when they're unpopular government, the people stage a revolution, don't they? That usually forces the unpopular government out. Can't we do the same against Starmer? Now, I'm afraid it's going to be very difficult to remove Starmer because he's going to hang on to power as long as he can. And of course, like I've said, the only way we're going to do that is by the next election. will the voters be brave enough and put reform in government? Well, that would be a shocker, wouldn't it, if that did happen? Because the Tories are in no fit state to govern the country, and they form a government the way they am at the moment. So can we hope and pray that reform shock everybody and form the next government? According to an opinion poll, they could very well form the next government, but somehow I just can't see it happening. Like I've said before in my other videos, that the political establishment, the powers that be, they're the establishment are the ones who really run this country. It's not the elected government, it's the unelected establishment. They will find a way of stopping reform from forming a government. They'll rig the next election by some way of stopping reform. But and then no doubt Starmer will get back in again. We'll have Starmer in again for another 5 years. But then again, you never know how people will vote, because the people of this country are angry. We're not only angry about the economy, all the people of this country are angry about the migrants that keep arriving. Like I've said not long ago, they just keep coming. They just keep coming non-stop. And of course Starmer, well, he doesn't seem to be interested, does he, in wanting to stop them. He just wants them here. Like I've said at the beginning of the video, Donald Trump has said he wants regime change in Iran. I think we should have regime change here in the UK. Get rid of Starmer, find some way of removing him. Because the way he's governing the country at the moment, it's ridiculous. He's just getting out of hand. And of course, over the weekend, Donald Trump ordered the United States Air Force to bomb Iran. And I don't think Starmer is too happy about that. I mean, why doesn't Starmer... I mean, any British government would side with Israel. I mean, they don't... Starmer doesn't want to even side with them. Even show some support. But you know, Starmer is he's a lefty. That's what he is, he's a lefty. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Mr. Politics here signing off. And remember, don't believe the lies.